I don't look at the scripts. I don't know. They
You
just
improvise?
No, I don't improvise. No, they do make fun of me for that.
Picture this. The final laugh track fades, the set lights dim, and the cast of The Big Bang Theory steps off the stage after 12 iconic years. What happens when the cameras stop rolling and Hollywood's brightest nerds face the real world? For Kaley Cuoco, Jim Parsons, and Simon Helberg, the end of their sitcom reign wasn't a gentle goodbye. It was a launch pad into lives packed with dramatic twists, secret confessions, and jaw-dropping reinventions. From legal showdowns at 101 to citizenship swaps for a movie role, their journeys are a roller coaster of resilience and revelation. Ready for the wildest hook yet? The actor who defined the show was never meant to land the part. Now they're spilling the tea on the struggles, triumphs, and million-dollar moves that followed TV glory. Let's dive into where these stars are today, because their stories are anything but predictable. Take Kaley Cuoco, America's sitcom sweetheart, who spent over a decade as Penny, the quick-witted neighbor who charmed a nation. When The Big Bang Theory wrapped in 2019, she could have coasted on her fame. But Cuoco had other plans. She traded laugh tracks for high stakes, launching Yes, Norman Productions, and betting big on herself. Her first leap? The Flight Attendant, a 2020 HBO Max thriller where she played Cassie Bowden, a chaotic mess of a woman spiraling through murder and personal demons. It was a far cry from Penny's sunny sarcasm, and Cuoco owned it, snagging Emmy and Golden Globe nods. She didn't stop there, voicing Harley Quinn in a gritty animated series that debuted in 2019, infusing the role with a wild edge fans adored. Then came Meet Cute in 2022 with Pete Davidson, and based on a true story in 2023, a dark dive into true crime obsession. Some grumbled her roles echoed Cassie too closely, but Cuoco's got her sights set higher, prepping to play Doris Day in a biographical series that could rewrite her legacy. Here's the secret news no one saw coming. She's admitted to sleepless nights, terrified nothing would match Big Bang's peak. Backstage drama didn't help. Jim Parsons' 2018 exit blindsided her, ending the show she wasn't ready to leave. She even clashed with writers over Penny's last-minute pregnancy, a plot twist she felt betrayed her character. Yet, Cuoco's a fighter. With a net worth of $110 million, she rolls in a Tesla Model S and a Range Rover, flashes a Rolex Datejust, and owns a $12 million Hidden Hills estate, plus a New York penthouse. Her production company's her cash cow, backed by hefty insurance covering health and assets. Lesson learned: risk everything, build your own empire, and never look back. Then there's Jim Parsons, the genius behind Sheldon Cooper, who turned down $50 million to ditch the role that made him a legend. After 12 seasons, 4 Emmys, and a Golden Globe, he was TV royalty, pulling $1 million an episode. But in 2018, he dropped a bombshell. He was done. Fans reeled, co-stars scrambled, and The Big Bang Theory closed shop. Why walk away? Parsons confessed he needed to breathe, to shed Sheldon's skin. Since then, he's been unstoppable. In 2020, he tackled Hollywood on Netflix, playing a cutthroat agent with an Emmy-nominated edge. By 2022, spoiler alert showcased his tear-jerking depth, and 2024 saw him dominate Broadway in Our Town and Mother Play. Producing's his other hustle. Through That's Wonderful Productions with husband Todd Spywak, he birthed Special, an Emmy-nominated gem about a gay man with cerebral palsy. But here's the dramatic development. He's hinted at feuds behind Big Bang's curtain, admitting his exit strained bonds. Financially, He's stacked at $160 million, living in an $8.75 million Los Feliz pad and a New York retreat, driving an Audi Q7 and sporting a Patek Philippe. His production gig's a gold mine, insured to the hilt for career and health. The takeaway? Quit while you're ahead, pivot fast, and invest in what lasts. Parsons didn't just leave, he redefined himself. And Simon Helberg? He went from Howard Wolowitz's goofy belt buckles to shocking Hollywood with his grit. Before Big Bang, he was a nobody clawing for gigs. 12 years later, he was a sitcom icon. Post-2019, Helberg faced a crossroads: fade out or flip the script. He chose the latter, stunning everyone with 2021's Annette, a musical drama alongside Adam Driver and Marion Cotillard. Playing a brooding accompanist, he even snagged French citizenship to boost the film's budget. Talk about commitment? Turns out it wasn't needed, but still. Critics cheered, proving he's no one-trick pony. Here's the shocking confession. Helberg's admitted to doubting he'd ever escape Howard's shadow, a fear that fueled his daring pivot. Not every role stuck the landing, but his passion's undeniable. Sitting on $45 million, he cruises in a Porsche 911 and BMW i8, rocks an Omega Speedmaster, and calls a $6.8 million Los Feliz home his own. Ever wonder how sitcom stars turn laughs into lasting wealth? Cuoco, Parsons, and Helberg didn't just cash Big Bang checks. They built empires. Cuoco's production hustle, Parsons' stage and screen juggle, and Helberg's indie bets show grit pays dividends. Their luxury rides, Teslas, Audis, Porsche, and high-end watches scream success, while real estate like Hidden Hills mansions and Los Feliz gems anchor their fortunes. Business moves, from Yes, Norman to That's Wonderful, prove they're not just spending, they're growing. Insurance? They've got it all. Health, assets, careers locked tight. But behind the glitz, there's heart. Cuoco's fear of fading, Parsons' bold exit, Helberg's quiet doubts. They're human, wrestling with fame's fallout. Their ongoing impact? Cuoco's redefining TV, Parsons is Broadway's darling, and Helberg's a dark horse, still rising. The final hook. Their biggest chapters are still unwritten. What's next for these Big Bang legends? Stay tuned, because the drama's just heating up. All right, let's jump back into the whirlwind lives of Simon Helberg, Johnny Galecki, and Kunal Nayyar, the trio who stole our hearts on The Big Bang Theory. Their stories didn't fade when the cameras stopped rolling. Oh no, they've been rewriting the script of their lives with twists that'll leave you speechless. Picture this: secret casting bombshells, confessions that make you blush, and transformations so wild you'd think they were auditioning for a whole new genre. These guys have been busy, and their journeys from sitcom fame to today are packed with drama, dollars, and a dash of luxury. Let's unravel it all, step by step, and trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming. First up, Simon Helberg, our lovable Howard Wolowitz. This guy's career is like a roller coaster you didn't see coming. After the show wrapped, he didn't just kick back. He popped into Poker Face on Peacock in 2023, playing an FBI agent so clueless yet hilarious, it's like Howard stumbled into a crime scene. But don't pigeonhole him as a TV guy. Helberg's been flexing his chops for years. Back in 2016, he snagged a Golden Globe nod for Florence Foster Jenkins, holding his own with Meryl Streep and Hugh Grant. And he's danced between laughs and tears in films like A Serious Man and Space Oddity. Off-screen, he's rock solid with Jocelyn Town, his wife since 2007, and their 2 kids. In 2023, they put their LA estate on the market. Why? That's the million-dollar question, maybe literally, hinting at a big life shift. Here's the hook that'll stop you cold. Helberg wasn't even supposed to be Howard. In 2022, he found out Kevin Sussman had the role first, but dropped out over a scheduling clash. Helberg was floored. Imagine learning your iconic gig was a fluke of fate. Now, let's talk money. With a net worth hovering around $45 million, built from big bang paychecks and smart moves, he's sitting pretty. That LA estate? Prime real estate, likely worth millions in today's market. He's been spotted cruising in an Audi Q7, and while he's private about bling, you can bet a guy with his taste has a sleek watch or two up his sleeve. Future projections? If he keeps picking winners like Poker Face, that net worth could climb past $60 million in a decade. Next, Johnny Galecki, Leonard Hofstadter himself. This man's life took a turn no one saw coming. After The Big Bang Theory, he didn't chase the Hollywood spotlight, he dimmed it, heading to Nashville for a quieter vibe. Sure, he dipped back into the Connors, revisiting David Healy, but he quickly pivoted to creating A-OK, a sitcom about the 90s internet boom he co-crafted with John Quaintance. He's also snagged indie film roles, dodging the blockbuster trap to stretch his wings. His personal life? A roller coaster of its own. He had a son, Orbison, with Elena Meyer in 2019, split in 2020, then married Morgan Galecki in 2023, welcoming daughter Una Ivana. But hold on to your seats. Galecki dropped a confession that'll make you gasp. He's the only cast member who got cozy in his dressing room during the show's run. Chewing gum stuck to set walls? Cute. This question mark wild. Financially, he's a titan. Net worth at $100 million, thanks to $1 million per episode Big Bang checks. And it's growing with producing gigs. Nashville real estate's hot. His property there could be worth $2 to $3 million already. A steal compared to LA's insanity. He rolls in a Tesla Model S, eco-chic at $100,000, and rocks a Rolex Submariner that screams understated luxury. Past struggles? Bell's palsy hit in 2011, but he powered through. Looking ahead, if he balances producing and passion projects, he might hit $150 million by 2035. Then there's Kunal Nayyar, the Raj we all rooted for. This guy's career flipped the script, literally. Post-2019, he shocked us in Criminal UK, playing a chilling serial killer that nabbed a 2021 BAFTA nod. He teamed with Uma Thurman in Suspicion, proving he's no one-trick pony. But he's not done with laughs. 2024 saw him reunite with Melissa Roach on Night Court and star in How to Date Billy Walsh. His big swing? Christmas Karma, a Bollywood-style Christmas carol where he's Scrooge. Talk about a glow-up. He's voiced hits like Trolls and Ice Age, Continental Drift, and his memoir, Yes, My Accent is Real plus Theater Stints, show his hustle. Here's the curveball. A Big Bang scene where Raj made a cringe-worthy remark sparked backlash. A rare stumble he's since outgrown. From shy astrophysicist to drama king, his journey's unreal. Net worth? Around $45 million, fueled by acting and his $7.5 million Hancock Park pad. He's zipped around in a Mercedes G-Wagon, $130K of pure class. And while watches aren't his flaunt, a Patek Philippe could fit his vibe. Future-wise, with Christmas Karma and more, $70 million by 2040 isn't out of reach. These three aren't just coasting on Big Bang glory. They're rewriting their legacies. Helberg's battling OCD days are a distant memory compared to his versatile present. Galecki's traded LA chaos for Nashville calm. proving fame doesn't define him. Nayar's leap from sitcom sidekick to leading man is the stuff of Hollywood dreams. Their bank accounts? Stacked. With real estate empires, Helberg's LA sales, Galecki's Nashville bets, Nayar's Hancock Park gem, and lifestyles that mix luxury with smarts. Cars, watches, maybe a private jet down the line. They're living it subtly. What's next? Helberg's secret move, Galecki's indie streak, Nayar's musical debut. Every step's a cliffhanger. Their past taught them resilience, their presence building empires. Stick around. This trio's still got fireworks up their sleeves. Melissa Rauch was never meant to be a household name. Before she became Bernadette Rostenkowski-Wolowitz, she was cracking jokes in dive bars, praying for a break. That break hit in 2009, and for a decade, her squeaky voice and razor-sharp wit lit up The Big Bang Theory. When the show bowed out in 2019, Rauch faced a fork in the road. Play it safe or leap into the unknown. She picked the wild ride, and it's paid off big time. Back in 2015, mid-Big Bang, she co-wrote, co-produced, and starred in The Bronze, playing a washed-up gymnast clinging to faded glory. Producers balked. She wasn't star enough. But Rauch fought tooth and nail, delivering a performance that turned heads at Sundance. Fast forward to 2023, and she's ruling TV again as Judge Abby Stone in NBC's Night Court Revival, a role she executive produces with husband Winston Beigel. Abby's got heart, humor, and a hidden struggle with alcoholism that Rauch layers with depth. Proof she's no one-note wonder. Here's the hook that'll grab you. She's admitted to begging for the bronze, a role that could have tanked her, but instead launched her into new territory. Voice acting's her other ace. She's been Harley Quinn since 2017, channeling Jersey grit into the chaos-loving anti-hero. With After January productions and charity work for Oscar's Kids, Rauch balances family. 2 kids with Bagel since 2017 and 2020, and fame. Her journey from comedy clubs to leading lady is pure hustle, and it's far from over. Then there's Mayim Bialik, the brainy wild card who flipped Hollywood's script. A 90s teen idol with Blossom, she ditched acting for neuroscience, then roared back as Amy Farrah Fowler, nabbing 4 Emmy nods and 2 Critics' Choice Awards. Post-2019, she's been a whirlwind, starring in Call Me Kat until its 2023 cancellation, directing As They Made Us in 2022, and co-hosting Jeopardy! With Ken Jennings from 2021 to 2023. Her hosting gig split fans. Some loved her smarts, others nitpicked her style. But she owned it. Controversy's her shadow, though. Her Nuriva endorsement raised eyebrows. Experts called it shaky science. And a 2017 op-ed on Weinstein stirred outrage when she tied modesty to safety. She backpedaled fast, swearing she never meant to blame victims. Here's the confession that'll drop your jaw. Bialik once hesitated on vaccines, a stance she's since clarified, but it still haunts her. Beyond the noise, she's a force, writing books like Girling Up and Beyond the Sling, running her Mayim Bialik's Breakdown podcast with partner Jonathan Cohen, and pushing STEM for women. Her modern Orthodox Jewish faith shapes her. She's vocal about Israel, even when it ruffles feathers. Past to present, from teen star to PhD to TV icon, she's a survivor who thrives on defying expectations. Now, let's talk cash and class. Rauch's net worth sits at $20 million, a steady climb from Big Bang's $450,000 per episode peak. She's got a $3 million Encino home, a sleek BMW X5 in the driveway. And while she's low-key on watches, a Cartier tank fits her vibe. Night court and producing keep her bank growing. Projected $30 million by 2035 if she stays this hot. Bialik's at $25 million. Kevin Sussman's journey is the ultimate underdog tale. Before he was Stuart Bloom, the quirky comic shop owner we adored, he was slinging comics in real life, auditioning on the side, dreaming of a break. That break came with The Big Bang Theory. But here's the secret news that'll jolt you. He was this close to being Howard Wolowitz. Cast first, he lost the role to a scheduling clash with Ugly Betty, handing Simon Helberg the gig that changed everything. Sussman slid into Stewart's shoes later, turning a bit part into a fan favorite over 12 years. When the show ended in 2019, he didn't flinch, jumping into Better Call Saul as Mr. Link and the Dropout as Mark Russler, proving he's got dramatic chops. Comedy's still his jam, though. Catch him in Call Me Kat with Mayim Bialik or Lessons in Chemistry on Apple TV+. He's a creator, too, co-writing Dark Minions with John Ross Bowie, though it never took off. Financially, he's felt the streaming sting. Residuals from Big Bang's CBS days were gold, but Max and Prime slashed them. A struggle he aired out during the 2023 SAG-AFTRA strike. Net worth? Around $3 million, modest but growing. His $1.5 million LA condo's his base. He drives a Toyota Prius, practical at $30,000, and a Timex Marlin fits his low-key vibe. No jets, but he's insured for health and career. Future projection: $5 to $7 million by 2035 if he keeps mixing roles and writing. Lesson? Adapt fast. Fame's fickle, but talent endures. Sarah Gilbert's story is a roller coaster of reinvention. From Roseanne's sarcastic Darlene in the 80s, earning 2 Emmy nods, to a Big Bang stint as Leslie Winkle, she's been a TV staple. Her Leslie was a sharp-tongued physicist who sparred with Johnny Galecki's Leonard, a recurring Gem fans still quote. But her real drama unfolded off-screen. In 2018, she revived Roseanne as executive producer, only for Roseanne Barr's racist tweet to tank it. Gilbert condemned it. Barr branded her a traitor, and their bond shattered. Undeterred, she spun gold with the Connors, keeping the legacy alive. She also birthed The Talk in 2010, co-hosting till 2019, racking up daytime Emmys. Acting gigs in ER, Grey's Anatomy, and films like Poison Ivy show her range, while Sarah plus Tom Productions with Tom Werner teases projects like Preps of Pittsburgh. Here's the hook that'll stop you. She's confessed to eco-obsessions, a Yale art grad pushing sustainability. Net worth's $35 million, fueled by producing and Roseanne checks. Her $6 million LA estate and $2 million Hamptons getaway anchor her empire. She cruises in a Lexus RX, $50,000, and wears a Rolex Oyster. Insurance covers her health and assets tight. By 2040, $50 million is in sight if the Connors thrives. Takeaway? Weather the storm. Loyalty to your vision trumps all. Laura Spencer's rise is pure grit. From Oklahoma theater kid to Big Bang's Emily Sweeney, Raj's horror-loving girlfriend, she turned a one-off into a season 10 staple. At the same time, she juggled bones as Jessica Warren, a free-spirit intern, proving she's a multitasking queen. Her breakout? The Lizzie Bennett Diaries, an Emmy-winning web series that taught her digital storytelling's power. Post-Big Bang, she soared. 2021's 13 Minutes tackled heavy issues. 2024 brought Grey's Anatomy and Reservation Dogs. Married to Michael Jack Greenwald since 2019, she's drama-free, focusing on philanthropy. Here's the twist that'll reel you in. Emily was never meant to last. Fans saved her. Net worth's $1 to $2 million, climbing fast. Her $1 million LA pad's a starter. A Honda CR-V, $35,000, keeps her grounded, and a Fossil Townsman watch suits her charm. No jets, but acting's her investment, insured for career and health. She could hit $5 million by 2035 with these roles. Wisdom? Seize every shot. Small gigs can spark big wins. These stars didn't just survive Big Bang's end, they thrived. Sussman's past as a near Howard to streaming woes shows his hustle. Gilbert's Roseanne fallout to Connor's triumph screams resilience. Spencer's quiet climb from bit parts to cultural hits is inspiring. Their luxury? Subtle. Priuses, Lexuses, Hondas, and real estate from LA to the Hamptons. No jets yet, but empires grow. Sussman's writing, Gilbert's producing, Spencer's versatility. They're betting on themselves, insured to the hilt. Here's the final hook. Their biggest moves are still brewing. Sussman might pen a hit, Gilbert could redefine TV, Spencer's poised for a breakout. Their journeys from sitcom sidekicks to power players prove one thing. Endings are just launch pads. What's their next act? You'll want to see this.